They said the well only called your name when you were alone, and if you heard it, you must never answer, because the last person who did was never seen again. In the quiet village of Umuokoro, there stood an old well at the edge of the forest. It was older than the chief's palace, older than the oldest man in the village. No one fetched water from it anymore. The stones around it were cracked. The rope had rotted away. But the strangest thing was this. Every night, people said they could hear whispers coming from inside it. Soft, sad, calling names. The elders gave only one rule: do not go near the well after sunset. Children obeyed. Farmers walked another path. Even hunters avoided that side of the forest. Because many years ago, the well took someone, and since that day, the village feared it. But there was one boy who did not fear stories. His name was Obinna. Obinna was the son of a poor widow named Mama Ifeoma. She sold vegetables in the market and worked harder than anyone in the village. Yet they were still poor. Many nights, Obinna heard his mother crying quietly when she thought he was asleep. One evening, as Obinna returned from the farm path, he heard something strange. A voice, soft, from the direction of the forbidden well. Obinna. He froze. The voice came again. Obinna, I know your pain. His heart began to race. He slowly stepped closer to the old well. The wind moved through the trees. Then the voice whispered again, I can help you. Obinna stepped back quickly and ran home. That night he could not sleep. The voice stayed in his head. I know your pain. The next day in the market, the elders gathered near the palm tree. Old Papa Noe, the oldest man in Umuokoro, spoke quietly. Someone went near the well last night, he said. People gasped. No one must answer the voice, he warned. That spirit feeds on sorrow. Obinna stayed silent, but his heart was beating fast. Days passed. Then one night, Mama Ifeoma collapsed while working. The village healer shook his head. She is too weak, he said. She needs medicine from the town, and that medicine costs money. Money they did not have. That night, Obinna sat beside his sleeping mother. Her breathing was slow. Her hands were cold. Tears ran down his face, and in the silence of the night, he heard it again, from far away. Obinna, the voice from the well. Come to me. His chest tightened. Then the whisper said something that made his heart stop. I can save your mother. Obinna walked through the dark village. The moon was high. The forest was quiet. Soon he stood before the forbidden well. The stones were covered with moss. Cold wind moved around it. Then the voice rose from inside. Obinna, you came. He swallowed hard. What are you? He asked. Silence filled the well. Then the voice answered softly. I am a spirit that listens to pain. Obinna gripped the edge of the well. My mother is dying. The spirit replied slowly. Yes, I know. How can you help her? For a moment, the well became completely silent. Then the spirit spoke again. I can give you something that will save her. Obinna's heart filled with hope. What do you want? He asked. The voice answered quietly. Just one thing. Your sorrow. Obinna frowned. My sorrow? Yes, the spirit whispered. All the pain in your heart, all the sadness you carry. And my mother will live? Yes. Obinna looked down into the darkness. He could not see anything, just black emptiness. The spirit spoke again. Drop your tears into the well, and your pain will belong to me. But just then, a voice came from behind him. Obinna! He turned. It was Grandmother Nkem, the oldest woman in the village. She walked slowly with her stick. Her eyes were full of worry. "You must not listen to that thing," she said. The spirit hissed from the well, "Leave us, old woman." But Grandmother Nkem stood firm. Then she looked at Obinna and said something that struck deep. "Child, pain is not something you throw away." Obinna shouted through tears, "My mother will die." The old woman stepped closer. "I know." "Then let me save her." The old woman shook her head slowly. "That spirit does not take pain. It grows from it." Obinna's voice broke. "But I cannot lose her." Grandmother Nkem placed her hand on his shoulder. "And if you give away your sorrow, you will also lose your love." Obinna froze. The well suddenly shook. The spirit's voice became louder. "Do not listen to her. I can save your mother now." The wind around the well began to spin. Leaves flew into the air. "Drop your tears," the spirit screamed. Obinna looked at the well, then at the old woman, then back at the well. Tears ran down his face. He whispered to the spirit, "If I give you my sorrow, will I still love my mother?" Silence. The spirit did not answer. Obinna asked again, "Will I still remember how much she suffered for me?" Still silence. Then the spirit growled, "You will not need those memories." And that was when Obinna understood. The spirit did not want his pain. It wanted the love inside that pain. Obinna stepped back. "I will not give it to you," he said. The spirit screamed, "You foolish boy! Your mother will die." Obinna shouted back through tears, "Maybe, but she will know I love her." The well shook violently. Cracks spread along the stones. The spirit howled with anger. Grandmother Nkem grabbed Obinna's arm. "Run!" They ran back toward the village. Behind them, the well let out a terrible cry. Then suddenly, silence. The next morning, the villagers went to the forest. The forbidden well had collapsed. The stones had fallen inward. The hole was gone. The whispers were gone. The spirit had lost its place in the world. 3 days later, travelers passed through Umuokoro. One of them was a trader who carried medicine. When he heard about Mama Ifeoma, he gave the medicine freely. Slowly, she recovered. Weeks later, she stood in the market again, healthy, smiling, and Obinna never went near that place again. But the elders said something important that day. Spirits that feed on sorrow exist, Papa Noe warned, but they only grow strong when we believe pain is something to throw away. Grandmother Nkem added softly, "Pain reminds us who we love, and love is stronger than any spirit." And that is the story of the spirit in the forbidden well. Some voices promise to take away your pain, but sometimes that pain is the proof that your heart is still alive. If you were Obinna, would you have given the spirit your sorrow to save your mother? Comment yes or no below, and subscribe for more African folk tales that will stay in your mind long after the story ends.